In this podcast, we will talk about the SDG number 13, which is climate action. The region to talk about is Spain. The main objective was education on sustainable development in Spain, but we will analyze different perspectives on the subject as we go through. The United Nations stated in 2018 that climate action change is intensifying. Higher sea levels, intense weather, extreme natural disasters, and the greenhouse gas emissions are now at their highest levels in history. In 2014, it was declared by the European Union that Spain was the country that polluted the most in Europe. According to Greenpeace, located in Spain, every year there are 33 premature deaths due to the atmospheric pollution. 8 million tons of plastic finish in the sea every year. Also, there are many chemicals going through the bloodstream of Spanish people that their grandparents didn't have. This means that the pollution is already affecting us internally. According to El Periódico de Aragón in 2007, the activities that deteriorated more the environment in Spain were deforestation, CO2 emissions, and misuse of clean water. Now we will hear the interviews made to people who live or live the problem in Spain. They were asked about what do you think of climate change in Spain? Do you think the government is doing the necessary to fight against climate action, and why? Do you think your school is doing enough about climate change in your school, and why? Are you involved in a group or activity outside or inside your school that attends climate change? How do you see Spain in some years if nothing is done to attain climate change? And do you have an idea to attend the subject? This is Monica Asque. She is a 16-year-old girl that lives in Madrid. She assists to a public school.
Pues por ejemplo, ahora en Madrid están poniendo muchísimas patines eléctricos, motos eléctricas. Bueno, pues en mi cole lo que están haciendo es cada basura, o sea, siempre que hay basuras hay 3 tipos de basuras, entonces pues para la basura amarilla, la basura de restos y la basura de papel y cartón. Luego en las salas de clase hay una basura normal, ¿sabes? Típica basura pequeña, y luego hay otra de papel y cartón. Luego, como mi cole es súper grande, pues hay muchísimo césped, ¿vale? O muchos como caminos y tal que introducen a sitios, entonces está como árboles y tal, y entonces hay lámparas que dan luz por la noche gracias a la luz cogida en plan por el día. Significa que son en plan con paneles solares, y hacen mazo cosas así en mi cole, pero muchísimas. Luego como que hacen que los niños vengan al cole en bici, hacen que muchas veces se van a andar en bici en deporte y tal. Por ejemplo, en España cada vez hace no menos frío, pero por ejemplo no nieva. Hace creo que 10 años que no nieva. Cada vez las estaciones de esquís y todo eso, pues como que en las estaciones de esquí no hay mucha nieve, ¿sabes? En plan, o sea, sí que hay mucha nieve, pero como que se va antes o cosas de esas. A ver, ¿cómo es la pregunta? Y bueno, eso a la anterior respondí a la pregunta 1 más o menos, ¿sabes? Y que luego, por ejemplo, nos damos cuenta, bueno, en Madrid por lo menos se llega a 40 grados y eso. Y que el año pasado, por ejemplo, estuvo muchísimo tiempo sin llover, de sequía, y de repente, de marzo a abril y esto, 2 meses seguidos lloviendo, pero todos los días, ¿sabes? Entonces era como súper que no sabías qué tiempo iba a hacer. Luego, cuando llego de viaje, por ejemplo, de otro sitio de Madrid, desde lejos, se ve mazo como un poco a veces, como sobre todo Madrid, ¿vale? Porque es así la capital y tal, una capita, ¿sabes? O como muchísimas nubes y tal, que es como al final y al cabo es una capa pues de polución, ¿sabes?
So now we will hear Manuel Gallegos, who is a 16-year-old student from Spain that today lives in Mexico.
It is a very important issue that has affected Spain since the 18th century. because we destroyed many parts of our environment hundreds of years ago by deforesting it. Now our ecosystem is very weak and we need to do more efforts to preserve it. The Spanish government promotes the use of clean energy and it encourages Spanish citizens to use water. Our public transport is very efficient and cheap and clean, so people prefer it over cars to contaminate less. When I was living in Spain, we joined ecological groups that help to reforestate parts of the Spanish forest in the mountains near Madrid. We also donated to Greenpeace. Since our climate is getting hotter and the water is limited in Spain, if we do not, if we do not do anything against climate change, we might end up dry like the Sahara Desert. We could put solar panels on top of residential buildings in southern Spain, since it is really sunny in there and most people live in tall buildings to help them collect clean energy. We also could put our dams do not generate hydroelectric power, so we could adapt them to help them generate power.
This is Hakim Ouahmeh. He's approximately 24 years old. He comes from Morocco and has no papers. Hakim works 8 hours a day and receives 20 euros. He lives in a very small house made up by low quality materials. He works in a greenhouse and actually lives there too. His house is between the greenhouse fields. He said he came to Spain for a better life, for love, for money, but he actually received low payments, racism, etc. He is exposed to the UV lights of the sun in temperatures of 40 Celsius, which is a dangerous temperature. Where is the social justice in his life at Spain? He clearly don't receive the same opportunities, education, and treatment. He doesn't even have water, energy, and other basic needs. We have time to save the world. We have time to say we save it instead of we killed it.